Assalamualaikum and welcome to another episode of the Halaltrip podcast. You're listening to me, Hazra Rauda, and
Nurul. You forgot my name, Hazira.
Sorry. Thank you for joining in with us today. Today we're very excited to have our guest here today. She is Noor, and she is here to share with us her incarceration story and how, reintegrating back into the society and what it was like about. Hi, Noor.
Hi everyone.
So Noor is currently, she was a dental surgery assistant, but recently she has been promoted to the aesthetics department. So I think maybe you can share with us first, like how it felt, being promoted.
This is like a milestone that I've never achieved in my life.
Yep. And
And
when did you start this job actually?
1st June.
As in, when did you first join as a dental
This
surgeon?
company, on 21st June last year.
Oh.
So kira macam 1 year in, then you got
Yes.
promotion. So I think it's quite fast. Wow, amazing. Congratulations. Okay,
Thank you so much.
so Noor is actually a Muslim revert. Alhamdulillah. She reverted when she was how old again?
In 2011.
2011, right? And she has had 3 incarcerations before reintegrating back into the society. So maybe we can start off with like sharing with us how it felt during your first incarceration, being incarcerated for the first time. Maybe you can share with us how that felt.
Because at that point in time my grandmother passed away, so it was very, very downtime for me. And that's when I turned to drugs and stuff. So when I got caught, it was scary. Cried almost every single day. And it's like, you just can't believe like why am I in prison and stuff. So I picked myself up though. Okay, because like I'm a person who's easily able to get well along with others. So I was very close with one officer, and she was my support all the way. And I told myself I thought I want to stop lah, but sadly I didn't.
I
Yeah.
see. And when you took your first, before your first incarceration, like, will you say it's because of the surrounding factors, like the people that you surround yourself with, ataupun like what led to that incarceration?
Okay, before my first puff, I was already mixing with a lot of people who take drugs, and till the day that my grandmother passed away, and something bad happened to me. So at that point in time, so I was maybe say depressed, but had no right channels to turn to. So someone just like told me, rather than you're working 24/7, you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you're not doing anything, why don't you just try this? So that was my first to really just numb myself out.
And when was this? At what year, what age? Was this like your first loss?
Okay, that was when I was 19 or 20.
I see. So at that point in time, 19 or 20, you were already working, I assume.
Yeah.
I see. So you got incarcerated. Maybe you can share with us a bit more about macam how what is the situation like, when you're being incarcerated, especially when experiencing everything for the first time. Were there people who tell you like were there people who like threaten you that this is gonna be difficult and everything? Like what was the process like in the situation?
Okay, so after you've been caught by CMB, they'll send you to prison for 7 days to so-called awaiting for the HSA result. So during these 7 days, it was like, okay, there were people who were saying, life upstairs. Upstairs means once you are considered starting your prison sentence lah. Once you're upstairs, there's a lot of bad people up there, very fierce people, got gangsters, got this, got that. Like, because it's prison, so that there'll be people who committed crimes. So they taught us like, you really have to wash the toilet bowl. Your hand have to go into the toilet bowl and wash with one green scrubbing pad.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is playing like, the toilet bowl is so black and I have to put my hand into the toilet bowl, that kind of thing. And yeah, it scared me because I'm scared of like, what if the place is dirty and stuff. So, but when upon confirmation, actually it's not that bad lah. That's what they say.
I see.
I don't see black dirty toilet bowls. I don't see all that things you have to do, like what they say.
And during your first time, right, macam, do you have cellmates?
My group, in my cell, there will be like 4 of us. I remember that there's 4 of us, so yeah. So we have to stay in that cell, you have to do drills, like marching drills, and then just stay in the cell all the way lah. So there's that 1 hour or 1 or 2 hours out for drills and then back to your cell. So that is for those who haven't started work lah.
I see. I remember watching a video about prison Singapore, but I think it might be different from what you experienced, because it was a guys' prison, and how they during the day they would go out and have different jobs, like say at the kitchen, or they would have a job to pass out or distribute food items to the different cells. Is it similar to what you experienced?
Okay, so for me, after like 2 months in so-called, they call it like a lockdown. So I was chosen to go to work. So during that time in 2000, for us under DRC, right, we only allowed to like have under ESO, which is like handing out ration items, which means like after the inmates work for a week, they are like rewarded a certain amount of so-called amount that you can redeem for food in prison, while the rest of your money goes into your account lah. So for me, every week we'll collect the paper and we'll consolidate, like make sure they ordered correct amount of items, and then end of the week we'll just deliver to them. Yeah.
I see.
So that's for my job. Like for laundry girls, I do not know what they do, but most of them are in laundries.
I see. I'm just very curious, like sorry. I'm just very curious, like, when you earn money through the jobs that you do while you're in prison, right? How much does a snack cost?
Oh, I can tell you the snack in prison is really, 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 really cheap. Seriously. You are like hoping how I can get this outside at this price, like 40 cents you can get one super ring. Now you go outside 120. Okay, but that is in 2008. So now I don't know, maybe
Inflation. It's about inflation.
yeah, GST so up, right? Everything's up, yeah. But for the last, because that was in the time when I get to work lah. So yeah, we get to know amount, like there's even like the chocolate wafer, 12 pieces of chocolate wafer, the red color packing.
Is it the Quaker? Quaker.
It's the old school one, right?
Long time old school
the
brand.
red macam aluminium looking thing, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Yes.
So inside got like 10 or 12 pieces, the whole bag, and it only costs you like 65 cents.
Ooh.
But what's like the hourly? Like, how do you get paid in prison?
Oh, I don't know. Like, they don't get paid by hour, but I mean, I don't know how they count it, but they will just give us like, okay, last time the amount was very high. To example, $2.50 for 1 week, they allow you to buy the tidbits and you can buy a lot. Like maybe if you get one fruit cake, it's $1.25. And the fruit cake like maybe it's about 10 to 15 cm long of fruit cake.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Or maybe, but starting from the start in the past was $1.50. So maybe you can order one chocolate wafer, you can order super ring and something like that. Then if you want Lux bar soap, it's I think 50 something cent or 20 something cent. I can't remember the exact price, but yeah. So we always order, like when it comes to soap week, right? We definitely order 1 bar. Never mind. TB is lesser down than my bar soap is important.
Oh yeah. Also, they don't
Because it will
give
smell
you.
nice.
They don't give you a bar soap, is it?
They give you bar soap, but it's those normal type one, just plain bar soap, white soap. But imagine when you're in prison, you don't have perfume, you don't have anything. So the air is so, okay, maybe clean in a way that even Lux soap you use, you walk around, people can smell.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Good.
amazing.
So how did you get
Yeah.
chosen to work in the prison?
Okay, usually we are locked down for 2 months. So after 2 months, on your third month, all will go to work.
Oh, all okay.
Yeah, for what I experienced lah, all will get to work. But what job you get, that one I think maybe depend on your luck, or maybe depends on see how your behavior is during the lockdown. So the officers will recommend maybe okay, this one maybe can do this job. This one I think just go to the other job or something like that. Because for the job that I work, only 2 inmates are allowed to work. So you imagine if among all and then just 2 of us are chosen, so very very hard lah, very rare.
I see. And even Syafiqah, YRSG career coach, talked in our first episode. She said that employment is a way to give, not freedom lah, is a way to give individuals the feeling empowerment. Correct. Yeah.
Yes, because like I mean, it felt different because being locked down is like you cannot do anything. You're being like empowered by them in a way lah.
Yep.
But when they let us go to work, it's like they let us shine in a way that they show us that we can do better. You know, we don't have to do drugs, we don't have to do crimes. But when we are normal, we are clean, we are able to do things. So like we build back our self-confidence in a way lah. Like instead of in the past I felt okay, I'm so useless, I know there's nothing I can do because like being homeless and stuff, what can I do? So when I got this, when I was in prison and I handed under this job, I felt good in a way that I'm leading in some way. And at first I was under this other inmate because she was the one who's before me, right? Because only 2 person can join. So after that, the other one left, and then I joined in. So I'm like under her, so she's like teaching me. So the moment when she left, and someone came in under me, I was leading her.
Yep.
It felt different.
Do you feel like as though you had like a newfound purpose of like guiding someone under you to teach the person how to do the particular job?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I think it definitely feels a lot of empowerment. I think macam you also macam work on leadership. I think it's such a primary school way to say leadership.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and somehow like it like teaches us like that we are not useless,
yeah.
Yeah.
I see. So I feel like I recalled before this call, I feel like you have shared with us that while you were in prison, there is an ustazah that teaches you and like share with you spiritually what are the practices in Islam. Maybe you can share with us a bit more. I think it's quite interesting on that.
So when she came in and she taught me Alif Bata, and then I felt different because I felt closer in a way, and I felt happy in a way. It's like this, I learned something. I get to learn something because it's my dream that I want to learn. Yeah. So she didn't give up on me no matter how seriously my first few times of pronouncing very very. Oh my gosh! I think if you're here, so your heart pain serious. The sound all run don't know where. Then memory was very bad. She can tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. Then end up I don't know become 3, 2, 1, 4. All the thing all run everywhere.
How long did it take for you to memorize your first Al-Fatihah?
It was very 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 long. Almost every single day trying to read everything. Because the only thing I know in all this one is Bismillah. Because I love through friends. Bismillah, Bismillah. No, before you eat, Bismillah.
Yeah.
Before you do anything, Bismillah first. So Bismillah I know, then Rahim. Okay, slowly. Pronunciation still not good lah, but I just remember that. So what my friends did is in my cell there was my cellmates, right? They were like very very helpful. Thank you to them. They were like, there's only 7. Read this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. One sentence. So okay, being in prison, one thing, there are no distractions. Okay. There's no mobile phones for you to like, hey, can I check my TikTok or anything? So it's like in order to pass your minutes and seconds in there, you have to find something to like let you be distracted of the time and things. So you pick up the book and you like read through and read through and read through. So that's how I started get it lah. Even when I first start to solat also, it's like the prayer book is in front of me and I'm reading and reading and reading through. So I think maybe the countless times of repeating over and over again managed to get me to remember.
Sidetrack. I was actually reading through. No, I actually came across a TikTok video which said that the person who teaches you Al-Fatiha is probably the most important person in your life, because in one day a Muslim can read 17 times. And can you imagine like the amount of pahala this person that teaches you Al-Fatiha, the amount of rewards he or she gets from just you repeating it every single day, 7 times a day. So I think honestly that Ustazah probably has a lot of pahala already.
I already think she has, because when she went to Mecca, she actually was so kind-hearted that she asked every single one of us in the class to actually write a dua, what we want, write what we want, a wish, and she actually was bring it to Mecca for us.
Wow, and she read it.
And she did it.
Oh my gosh. That must be...
She did.
Wow. It's amazing.
So imagine like there's like 20 of us, I think I can't remember about 20 of us. So 20 dua she brought there and she did for us.
I see. When she was as she was teaching, right? What do you feel like was particularly different teaching in prison and maybe like outside of prison? I feel like how do you feel attracted to her in the way that she teach?
To go in to prison, you have to go through all the counselors' gates, checks. You have to you have to lock all your things up, and then you have to climb all the way, walking through prison. To be honest, even she said the first time she went there, she was scared because of the kind of image that she had beforehand, because of what people talk or in the outside world, how they talk about prison and stuff. So she was scared. She was really scared. But the moment when she came in and she started teaching, she got a different view of what prisoners are. Because like in the room there's no prison officer to watch over you. The inmates are free to roam anywhere they want. So definitely they should be thinking like, oh my god, no, we have murderers, we have deaf people, we have this, we have that. But all is coming together in one room to learn. So when she taught me, and then I felt different because the effort she puts in, her sacrifices that she do for us is different. Yeah.
I see. When you go for example, religious classes, right? Is it voluntary or is it part of the system?
Okay, for the religious one is actually we have to apply.
Okay.
And when we apply, right, then it takes some time for them to process on whether we get approved to join or not. And it's not easy because you can see everybody is applying, because some people they apply just for the sake of want to get out of the cell.
I see.
So, but for me, for those who really want to seriously join, so sometimes maybe it's not a good thing, because be affected that they got rejected and they have to apply again.
I see.
So it's through application lah, but not a must thing.
Must you guys write like an essay to show like why you want to attend, something like that?
Okay, no, because now last time in the past you had to go to your own personal officer, and then you have to go and ask them, say, ma'am, I want to request, to go for this and this and that and that. But now they are more upgraded. They have this kiosk inside everyday room where you can just like scan your tag, the wrist tag, there's a barcode there. You just scan your wrist tag, then you log into your account, and then you can just by there lah, digitally submit an application request to join.
Wow. Macam AXS machine.
Yes, something like that.
Wow, interesting. Wow. So it's good lah. I mean, like, to go there voluntarily and like to really want to apply for it. I think it's amazing.
Yes.
What are
Yeah.
some of the sorry.
Go.
What are some of the other courses that you can apply for? Macam aside from like the religious classes.
Okay, so for those like only for those inmates that are sentenced in prison those type, right? Then only they can apply for more different courses. Like I heard like there is even this cooking courses or something like that, or they can apply to study instead. But for us who are under drug, right, we are drug rehab. So for us, we are only allowed to go for these religious classes. And only certain classes, like when they open up, like example, that time there was this period where they had barista class.
Oh,
Yeah. So if when you apply and you're lucky, you can go and learn to become barista.
Wow.
Yeah, so even had baking course also that time. Other than that, is before we are released, we will go for those skill future courses.
Oh, okay. Oh, the question that I had was, just now, you mentioned that you had the niat, or like it has always been a dream of yours, to learn about the religion. So I assume that last time before you were incarcerated, you were already having the intention of becoming a Muslim, right? So could you take us back? What happened? What changed your mind?
But from now as a Muslim, like what I feel is like, oh, like when I do something, I'm like, oh my god, dah buat dosa ni, astagfirullahaladzim. You know, like, aku nak
Yeah.
masuk syurga ni, tak nak masuk ke sana ni.
Mm-mm.
You know, yeah, we get reminded, subconsciously I'll get reminded that I don't want to go, you know, tak nak nanti dosa, you know, kind of thing. But in my previous time, I was like, I don't feel anything wrong. Like, I think like, I felt, although having a religion, but I felt like I was a free thinker. That was how I felt like I stopped going to church and stuff because dah tak ada belief, you know. Don't have the belief there. So that's when I started to like, you know, maybe subconsciously I was searching for something to believe in, but without me knowing it lah. Till when I found Islam, maybe I felt that was where I belong. Something like this, the feeling.
I see.
Mm-mm.
I see. Fast forward to your last incarceration, right? How did Yellow Ribbon actually, what was the process like reintegrating back into the society, successfully this time?
Okay, so they had this like a career thingy where they were some from Yellow Ribbon will come and interview you about what you used to work and stuff like that. Few months before you were released lah. So they had an interview and then they will pair us up with a few companies. So the employers will do online something like Zoom like this online interview. So after that, from there, then you know whether the company is employing you and stuff. So you know which company you're working for and stuff. So I was being paired up with a different company doing sales. So then after that they'll prepare you for going out, which is like programs like what I told you, the skill future programs like how to adapt to change, how to interact, all these other courses lah to know how to get prepare yourself lah to when you're going out. So after that, once you're paired up with the company, then you go out, then you start working with that company lah.
I see. And will you say that this dental surgery job was your first ever pair that is from this process?
Okay, for my first job, I was paired with a pet shop. Okay, selling cat food. So because they had some issues, as in they didn't do what they're supposed to do and stuff, you know, on my CPF side lah, which means like I didn't get the CPF I'm supposed to get for the 4 months. So I called Syafiqah and said, okay, I really need help. I'm really stressed with this company. I couldn't take it. They're not paying my CPF, you know, they're delaying my CPF and stuff. So okay, I decided to tender because I told her I thought I got this dental experience. So she actually picked up this part when I said I had dental experience. And she asked me, what was your previous company? So then I was like, I told her, it's, this so and so. So she was like, hey, this so and so is actually in Yellow Ribbon. Do you want to give it a try again? So I was like, okay, okay, we should give it a try. Okay, let's go. So she contacted the boss the same day when I mentioned that, and the same day itself, the boss got back to her and said, hey, pass her my number. So immediately after getting the number, immediately I called him, and guess what? He asked me to go down on that same day for interview.
Wow.
So it was like all happened in one day. Okay, so I
Wow.
went down. So we went to talk, and yeah, I got a whole bunch of nagging and scolding from him. He was like, "What happened to you? Why?" Because in the past I left him because I was on drugs lah. Actually, I was on drugs already. Then drugs took over in a way, so I didn't go turn up for work. So I just MIA lah from him, and he scolded me and telling me like, why do you do this? Why you do that? What happening? You know? And I say lah, like, I mean, yeah, I made a mess and now I'm down. I fell, so yeah, now I'm back out and I want to start again lah.
When you wanted to apply back to the dental clinic, did any part of you say like, what if they don't accept me? Or like, what if I get rejected? What made you push forward and just apply?
Actually, to be honest, when Syafiqah told me that he's still in yellow ribbon, right? He is in yellow ribbon. I was like, should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? No, that thought.
Yeah.
It's like, because I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel very bad because he helped me so much, really, really so much. But I disappointed him. But on another part of my side is telling me like, how high are the chances? How much is the coincidence that now I really know all this while I wanted to join him back. I miss his job and there he is, you know, in yellow ribbon.
Yeah.
How much of a coincidence? So I took it as maybe that is a sign for me to join back. So I was like,
just do it.
Okay lah, tak apa lah, just tebalkan muka lah, just go. Because he was my best friend in the past. Anyway, he's a friend, not only as a boss, but he was a friend. He was there for me all the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I miss this. Okay. Then he after scolding and he told me like, okay, how much you're being offered now? I said, okay, I told him about whatever the price was. I was like, okay, I can give you now. You can start when? Today? I was like, today.
Today
Okay.
Terus
Terus lah macam gabrak. Today. I said, wait. I need to get back to Syafiqah because they need to do the proper, you know, the documents and stuff. So I said, okay, let me know.
I see. And like for individuals who are reintegrating back into the society, right? So there will be someone from Yellow Ribbon or like the career coach who will macam follow up, you know, according to that after the employment or during the employment.
So during when we were in prison at the time, they told us that when Yellow Ribbon came to interview us in the first place, they told us, okay, there will be a job coach assigned to you and they'll follow you like for 1 year. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is good, you know. I was shocked because all of us in the past thought that it didn't apply to us at a point in time. So but when I heard about this 1 year, I was so happy, and then but I was already very grateful. But the best thing was for Syafiqah, she did even more out of what she was supposed to do.
What did she do?
She still follows me up to today.
Which is 2 years now.
She still follows me up. Yes, so yeah, I'm very grateful.
Wow. So Syafiqah actually follow up with you for more than 1 year, which is what is needed. But actually, what is the process like when you apply with Yellow Ribbon, or is someone actually like macam automatically together with Yellow Ribbon when they reintegrate back into the society?
Okay, so like for me, on the day that, because for me I went to the so-called Selarang camp. So on the day of our so-called release from prison to Selarang camp, although it's continuation of our sentence, so the moment we get to go out, we will actually have to they will give us the employment paper which has Syafiqah's name on it. So we are supposed to call her and say, hi Syafiqah, I'm who and who. You are actually my career coach, and yeah. So that just to touch up with her lah, to let her know that who we are and what's our numbers and stuff.
I see. So it's still a do it yourself kind of arrangement, I think.
Because it's already stated in the form, so it's a must. You have to contact them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this different from the last time, your first and second incarceration, where did you get a career coach then?
Okay, first maybe for the first one, because my sentence was short, so we're not assigned any career coach in the first place. As for my second, I didn't get to work because I was pregnant at the point in time, so yeah, so no career coach.
I see. So it means, so currently you're staying with your daughter, I would say. How's the chest?
Oh, right now, okay. Right now, actually, I'm still at the women's shelter. Okay, so I'm staying alone because they don't allow kids to be in there. So, because they name it as a women's shelter only. So, yeah, so I'm staying alone there right now.
I see. And as of now, I mean, what is the apart from yellow ribbon, right? I'm sure like that you need some form of support from people around you, you know, to look after your children or like some form of like family belonging as of now. Do you have that
Support.
support? Yeah.
Okay, for now, I have support from my friend who I always call her Kakak. She's looking after my youngest. So, my mom is helping out with my eldest. And my ex-husband is helping me my second one.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So I really feel like when someone is reintegrating back into society, I think support is so important. I think that's why you need yellow ribbon or like individuals who will be able to follow up with you for a whole year to see whether or not you are doing okay with your job. I think sometimes we take things for granted and like a good company can be quite difficult to find, and not everybody can protect us when we are, you know, not doing well at the job. I think so. I think it's great that Yellow Ribbon is doing that.
Yeah, I think just hearing Noor's story and like just from a third person point of view, it does sound like your relationship with Syafiqah has evolved into like friendship more than just like someone who's like helping you. It does feel like you guys like she's so very invested in your journey, in your rehabilitation journey. So it's really nice to see that sort of relationship form.
Maybe before we wrap up for today, I just want to ask macam, what can we as a society do to show our support? I think macam when I hear about the Ustazah story, one of the things that I constantly think about to myself is that how can I phrase my words better so that I show my support, or like I do not blame, or I do not like show negative emotions to unnecessary negative emotions. Like what can I do as a society, as a individual, to show my support?
For me, I feel like maybe the most top one is we always say we never label. You know, like never like say, oh, this one, no, like when you meet someone and you know this person has a past, you don't like say, you don't have to like say, this one budak prison tau, you know, be careful, you know, hati-hati nanti barang hilang or what, kind of thing. And like to support them instead, like we are all still human beings, okay, we all make mistakes. I mean, it's just a matter of whether we got caught or not. Like I'm sure many out there so might have done some one or two mistakes before, just that never get caught. So like doesn't mean that you're not like us. So we are still just normal human beings. So from what I see, like from my experience, I made a change. I changed. And I'm happy I did. So it doesn't matter whether I had a past or what. End of the day, I'm still me.
Yeah. I think that is so important. I think labeling is scary because even for myself, I feel like it's very dangerous if you put a label on yourself or other people, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe 10 years time this person going to be better than you never know, and tapi you dah cakap benda yang berdosa, so it's very scary to me, I think.
I feel like I can learn a lot from your current employer who has such a big heart and seems like he really just has no judgment for your past actions, and it's like so ready to welcome you with open arms and other similar ex inmates, individuals.
Yeah. Okay lah. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. I think Yellow Ribbon is doing such a good job at making sure that the community is doing well, and I think everyone should, if you know someone, if you know an ex-convict or an ex-offender who needs help in any way, I think you should definitely go ahead and reach out to Yellow Ribbon and
Yeah.
you know, show your support by leading them into this direction.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of volunteer opportunities too. A Yellow
Correct.
Ribbon Project.
Yeah,
those
so
are
go
cool.
ahead to their website to check out the opportunities. All right, Nurul pula.
Hey,
That's two letters apart.
Nurul kat sana.
Nur and Nurul.
All right, Nur, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Yellow Ribbon, for this opportunity. For those who are watching, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and check out our first episode with Syafiqah, the career coach. You might want to be someone like her maybe in the future, inshallah.
Yeah,
Because we need more like them. I think
around, yeah.
someone just said that career coach are in demand. So go ahead and check out Yellow Ribbon's website. All the links are in the description box below. So go check that out. But for now, thank you and bye-bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, thanks for listening. So we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to give us a shout out on anchor.fm/the Halal Travel Podcast. Your voice message could be featured in our next episode.
Yep, and if you have any advertising and collaboration opportunities, contact us at info@halaltrip.com. That's info@halaltrip.com.
Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Halaltrip. We're also now on Telegram and TikTok. Until next time, get inspired, go and inspire others.